simply marvelous, as they would say. Thank you so much, little sis, for allowing me the opportunity to come on your show this evening.
Definitely. All right, so before we start with the questions, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Scott?
Okay, for a brief moment, my name is Lamar Scott from Gluckstadt, Mississippi, by way of Gary, Indiana. I just graduated from Alcorn State University May 5th, 2018. Now I'm here as a full-time recruiter and advisor for the Office of Admissions and Recruiting. I'm a minister at, I was at Fellowship Bible, Highway 51, Camp, Mississippi. Now I'm at Mount Helm Baptist Church in Jackson, Mississippi, pastored by the Reverend Dr. C.J. Rhodes. And I'm just pushing forward and just being led by God to just live out the Great Commission.
Okay, cool. Sounds like you are living a very fulfilling life. And of course, we love to hear all about it. But tonight, I kind of want to focus on our theme of, you know, celebrating MLK Day and empowering the Black community with the questions. So the first question I have is, how do you feel about being Black here in America? Do you feel like it's as simple as it sounds, or do you have other thoughts?
The thought that I give to Blacks is yet simple but yet complex. White supremacy and structural racism has given a simple remedy for our cultural genocide. It went from slavery to slavery, known as what is sharecropping, back to slavery at the hand of one president called a war on drugs, and then it became what it is today. Constant poverty, never being able to get out of what we would call pulling ourselves up from our own bootstrap. I believe, as Martin Luther King once said, we've actually found ourselves without any boots to even be able to pull our own bootstraps up with, you know. So I don't believe that we are simple, but I believe that the people who look at us believe we are simple. But yet we are so complex, we are so vast, and we are so great. The Bible talks about how God has created each and every one of us fearfully and wonderfully made, and we are marvelous works crafted by His hand. So I simply take that to heart, and I believe that it's so evidently true. Yeah.
Okay. And what issues have you seen going on in the Black community that you feel have a simple resolution?
My home, for most Black people, I can definitely say would probably be the Black church. The Black church has not mobilized as much as it used to. They don't have the after-school programs they used to have. They don't have the outreach for families and the children. The Black church has kind of left Black people out to dry at this point, like a raisin, rather than putting effort into it, watering it, and giving it substance, which would make it something like that great. Which you was talking about, black of the beard. So what would you say? Black of the college, sweeter than knowledge. You know, being nurtured causes growth, and since you have that growth, it's a little bit more sweeter on the other side. I really feel like the Black church has to be revitalized. Even the meaning of Black Greek organizations has lost its flavor. It's lost its zeal. It's lost its true intent. Like the true intent of Black Greek organizations was to mobilize. It was to move the Black race forward rather than pulling it back. At this point, we find ourselves being pulled back by insurance. We find ourselves pulled back by disrespect. We have found ourselves pulled back by misunderstandings, because people don't really understand what Black Greek organizations are even for now. And then finally, the meaning of a historically Black college or university. I find myself as a recruiter going out to different states and different area codes. Really, many people do not know what a historically Black college is. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a true evident picture that we as Blacks have to come back to the meaning of who we really are, the foundational methods that our parents and our forefathers taught us and gave to us so that we could see liberation. And now since we have seen this quote-unquote, just this little glimpse of liberation, why can't we take that and move forward? We find ourselves kind of stuck in a rut at this point in 2019.
Okay. Now, moving on, do you have a favorite Black Panther member? And if so, who is it? If not, then what advocate from the civil rights movement really stands out to you and why?
A huge advocate. Most people probably wouldn't just like say her off top for real, because she never really spoke. But Rosa Parks, I would definitely have to say Rosa Parks, because my grandmother taught me sometimes it's not what you say, it's truly what you do, and Rosa Parks is just sitting there changes how people see us, because usually they want to see you locked in chains because you've been rambling on, you've been arguing, you've been going back and forth, fussing and fighting. But for Rosa Parks to just sit there and say no more.
Right.
But then, Black Panther, I would definitely have to, choose Huey P. Newton, somebody who graduates from high school, teaches himself how to read, and goes on to get a PhD. I mean, you gotta applaud a guy like that, with great minds like Stokely Clark Michael and so many other great people. They started feeding children morning and afternoon. They started child care services, and just a lot of great things that help push and revitalize a Black nation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you personally plan to be a pillar in the African American community?
For me, I believe it's truly about this simple thought that my grandmother gave me growing up. She always told me life is not about you. It's about the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
So taking that thought, I use a simple word known as selflessness. Or I may use it double worded, unselfishly selfish. I am so unselfishly selfish to the point where it's not even about me, but I want to see you succeed so bad that I'm willing to put myself in a position where I have to pull you up. Or, whatever I'm doing in life, it's not about Lamar's outcome. It's about the outcome for many more lives. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thing. Working in different areas as it relates to the fraternity that I'm in, Omega Psi Phi, being in the NAACP, being a part of a Baptist church who wants to see change in Jackson, Mississippi, as well as a host of other organizations that I'm a part of. I believe that's really where I'm gonna find my pillar at, just being an uplifting force and value in my community.
Okay. All right, so this last question is more so a game rather than a question.
Mm-hmm.
But what's going to happen is I'm going to read the lyrics to a song, and you have to guess what the song is.
I don't know.
Well, you can do it. Come on, you ready?
Yeah, I'm
All
ready.
right, let's get it.
I'm ready.
Okay. Daylight. I wake up feeling like you won't play right. And you have to name the title and the artist. I used to know, but now it don't feel right. It made me put away my pride. So long. You made a person wait for some so long. You make it hard for a boy like that to go on. I'm wishing I could make this mine. If you want it, you can have it. If you need it, we can make it. You can say it whenever you know it.
I don't know.
You don't know it.
No, what do you mean?
Do you want to try again?
I know the lyrics, but I just
I
can't
don't
think of it now.
I don't know about that one.
Okay,
you took me back.
I'm going to read one more stanza. But stay woke, people creeping. They gonna find you, gonna catch you sleeping. Now stay woke, people
Stay
creeping.
woke, J. Cole, baby. I don't know. Stay woke.
It's one of your favorite artists.
Childish Gambino? No, I don't know.
You give up?
Yes, I give up.
That was Redbone by Donald Glover.
I don't know.
Redbone.
Oh.
Stay woke. Yeah.
No, I didn't know. My fault.
It's all good. But that is all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much, Mr. Scott, for coming out and being on my show tonight.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to come in. And
Most
just,
definitely.
be with you, little sis.
Of course. Now, this concludes the interview portion of the Tea Room, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Up next,